Horrific Visions going live. And that means basically 11.1.7 is finally live. This essentially, like, this month of lag time where we basically had a patch hit that really gave us nothing except some open world content, that's come to an end. These Horrific Visions Revisited are the real content of this patch, and now it's time to figure out exactly how we should quickly get these done, how to absolutely stomp Horrific Visions and earn every reward fast. Here we go from the Comeback Kids.
All right, this Tuesday, Horrific Visions are back, and they're making a full return of the War Within. But this time, they've got a few wild twists and more rewards than ever before. Whether you're a casual collector chasing transmogs, or you're just looking to min-max your account power, we're going to break everything down for you, from unlocking your head enchants the fastest way possible, the most efficient...
Yeah, this head enchant is going to be the most important thing. I mean, you're going to have to get this ASAP, and I think you'll be able to upgrade it too. But getting these helm enchants is going to be your biggest boon of power for it coming from Horrific Visions Revisited.
Possible, the most efficient ways to farm out the currency, where to invest your talent points first, how each mask works and how to unlock them, and secret tips I only figured out after hours of testing and digging on the PTR for you all. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to walk away with every piece of loot, power, and cosmetic worth chasing. But before we do, a quick word from our sponsor. Okay, now this game came out of nowhere, and it definitely surprised me as a fan of MMOs. Crystal of Atlan is a brand new Magic Punk MMO action RPG where you dive into a world of magic machines, and aerial chaos. Every single class for you is unlocked right at the start, and they have over 20 different skill combos per class, which shows you a nice amount of skill expression in the game. In Crystal of Atlan, you're an adventurer in the Thornbird Guild, exploring the floating worlds of Atlan, taking on dungeons,
like Chinese or
raids,
Japanese,
and uncovering a story filled with ancient secrets and futuristic magic, your go-to MMORPG stuff. You could also pre-register right now to unlock exclusive launch rewards like different outfits, cosmetics, but even real-life prizes like potentially an iPhone 16 Pro Max or even a PS5 Pro. Crystal of Atlan is also launching worldwide.
Imagine you get an iPhone for getting AOTC.
At launch, they're adding 4 brand new classes to the game, which are the Magician, the Fighter, the Cloud Strider, and the Starbreaker, bringing you even more ways to master the battlefield with your own unique style. And if you guys know me, you know I'm going to be playing that Warlock and potentially Bounty Hunter, and it's going to be really satisfying. The combat actually rewards you when it comes to skill expression and proper movement. You're not just standing still pressing one button. There's a lot going on here, so if you're tired of stale MMOs back from 2004, or you're looking to try something new, give Crystal of Atlan a shot. Pre-register now using the link in the description below, and I'll see you guys in Atlan. Now, getting started with Heroic Visions, this is a solo or group scenario mode originally created from BFA, where the whole idea is you've got a sanity meter, which is a timer that constantly drains while you're trying to kill as many monsters and bosses as possible inside a corrupted vision of either Orgrimmar or Stormwind before the timer runs out. There's a bunch of ways to increase how long you can be in there, like filling out your talent tree, unlocking passive upgrades through tributes, and gearing up. And once things actually become too easy, you crank up the difficulty using something called faceless masks. Now, these are modifiers that make your run very difficult, but they also multiply the rewards, where you can eventually stack up to 8 masks at once. And trust me, it does get pretty brutal, but an absolute necessity if you want to purchase all of the rewards that this event has to offer. To get started, just head to the southwest side of Dornegal and talk to Sora Dormy. She'll kick off the questline and teleport you straight into...
Sora Dormy's the one we talked to. Okay, yeah, she's actually the NPC that helps us inside of him, too. She's our little Bronzebeard helper.
Your first vision. Once inside, Rathian greets you, and boom, you'll get in your first one. Remember your goal is to open your map and clear as many as the corrupted and tainted areas as possible. Each area that is active will continuously drain more sanity from you, and it will get harder to complete the more difficult the zone.
I think your first goal should be to try to clear every single zone, because the way this is working in terms of sanity, we talked about it earlier, you can get 10% basically sanity resistance for every one of these zones you clear in the Orgrimmar version and the Stormwind version. So each version will give you a 50% sanity reduction or sanity resistance once you've cleared all the zones. So your number one goal, first off, should be to clear each zone. So say your first run, you clear the first 2 zones. You're going to want to go do the second. You're going to want to go do Dwarven and Old Town if the first 2 you cleared were Mage District and Trade District, or Mage Quarter and Trade. So just make sure you clear all 4 zones in each of the 2 versions to get your sanity resistance
You'll
up.
immediately notice at the start your sanity bar drains quite fast, and unless you've done this before, you're not going to full clear it on your first or even second try. And
I
that's
will.
totally normal.
I will.
Just finish what you can, collect your reward, and turn in your quest. From there, the game introduces you to the Horrific Visions talent.
Are you talking from experience? Have you played this? No, but I know about it. I know about it from the PTR, okay? Haven't played it yet.
Tree. This is where things kind of open up. You'll start trading your currency that you unlock in the visions to unlock passive upgrades that increase your sanity.
No, the cloak upgrades are not usable in this. They won't affect this in any way. There's no more cloak resistance anymore. Cloak sanity resistance. Now you gain the resistance by doing all the zones at least once. And then the last, so you're going to get up to 40%, 90% resistance in total at the end of this event. But you get the first 50% by clearing every zone. And then you'll get the second 40% of the resistance by filling out this little tree. He's going to show it, I'm sure, later. This talent tree.
They make you stronger, help you progress faster every time you go back in. And it's obviously paramount to fill this out as quickly as possible. From there, you'll be able to kill more bosses easier, which will allow you to unlock your helmet enchants to increase your player power. Now,
this comes out today after reset.
This is only the rare version of the head enchant. The epic version comes a tiny bit later in the quest
for NA players. Tuesday for NA players, Wednesday for European
line, and is significantly stronger. Now, at this point, you also gain access to your companion inside the visions, either a tank healer or DPS. Let me save you the guesswork here. From the time of making this guide, we heavily recommend against using this helper. Her benefits at this point on the PTR do not warrant the extra scaling she adds to all of the enemies in there compared to just simply bringing a second player. So I would say
bringing her is like scaling to bring a second. Yeah, if you didn't know these things, you can bring more people. You can bring, I think, up to 4 people into these things. I didn't know. I didn't realize that the thing's going to scale with her. I won't bring her then if that's the case.
They either run completely solo or with a friend. Do not bring this NPC. Immediately entering, you'll also notice a new extra action button called the Sanity Restoration Orb. The trick here is to gamble with it, not blow it early, and wait till you're nearly out of sanity completely so you can get the...
This thing restores sanity. This was an original thing from the original Horrific Visions, and what I used to do was I'd put this thing down at a point where my sanity is low, and not only do I let it rebuild my sanity, but pull some shit into it. Because it continues to build up your sanity, you can pull a bunch of mobs into it and kill them while you're building up your sanity, and basically you're kind of immortal at that point. Your health can still be hit, but your sanity will keep ticking up.
Maximum value out of each orb to restore your entire sanity bar. Now that you've learned all of this, you should be relatively close to full clearing the first entire vision. And if you do this a couple of times, you could invest a few more talent points and be able to earn your enchantment. But yes, I cannot stress this enough. It might take a couple reps to really learn the layout of where everything spawns and where everything is located. Don't forget with your talent tree, these upgrades are account wide and they massively increase how long you can stay inside, which directly impacts how much currency you can farm out effectively.
This is that tree.
Once they give you
the Hourglass of Horrific Visions, this is where you'll get your last 40% of corruption resistance.
Access freely through all the talent tree. I also recommend going through the middle track to reduce the amount of sanity that's drained from you, and then increase the track on the left side to buff you personally.
Oh, good.
When it comes to turning in the quest and getting your
good little tidbit there. Do the center first. Okay.
Enchantment,
that's where all your corruption resistance
all of them
is.
are around the same when it comes to a DPS increase. So typically, you could just pick the one in terms of flavor that sounds enticing to you. After you complete that said quest, you'll get another quest from that same vendor.
There is one that's better than the others. We looked at this. I think it was the Void Ritual one. Greater Void Ritual. What is it? Best... what the hell are these things called? I'll look it up. I'll bring it up
during the video. That will give you the
video.
opportunity to earn your epic version, which is stronger. The concept stays the same. You save up 1,000 mementos, and
Corruption
you turn in 8 of the brood tokens that drop from bosses at the chest in the end. At this point, you should have a good amount of talent points invested. You should know the routes by now, and you should be just about full clearing the entire vision. After doing this, you will now have access to a quest that you loot from one of the end chests when you full clear from Rathian. This will now begin the difficult journey of constantly compiling more difficulty on your character in order to acquire more currency at once. So after you right-click this mask and set it to now active...
Yeah, it was Greater Void Ritual. Now, this tier list right here is kind of shit right now because they did fix this. So a lot of these moved up into A tier, but from what I understood, in terms of adding DPS, I have to find the more current article. But the Void Ritual one was the best one for adding DPS, and it was about like a 2% buff to your DPS overall. Yeah, the Void Ritual.
You will notice that you will have a debuff according to the mask you have on. Some of these make your character weaker and enemies stronger. Some of these constantly crowd control you, which are really annoying, and others don't feel too bad. But you'll quickly start to realize as you compile more masks, it's all happening all at once, and things can definitely get out of hand. For example, I was struggling for a long time with just 3 masks, and honestly, it was...
Yep, here it is. All right, sorry for passing again. Yeah, he's talking about masks, okay? They're like adding affixes to your shit. Greater Void Ritual, that's the one that was S tier, was considered to be S tier. This was what it added in single target, about 2.2% to your single target, 1.7% to your, what's it called? AoE, Mythic Plus, it looks like here. So that's what the Sims are showing. Now, it's pretty close with Echoing Void. You can decide which one you want to do, and then the rest of these kind of were B tier. But it was Echoing Void and Void Ritual. Those were like the 2 best in terms of DPS.
Pretty humbling experience, so definitely don't take this lightly. Around the room, you will also see that there are also percentage-based upgrades, which are called tributes, which you can progress through to passively increase your character's power greatly inside of Horrific Visions. All of these tributes progress differently and give different rewards, so you want to do your best to upgrade these consistently. Vision Hunter increases your movement speed and haste after you kill a mob, and you upgrade this through killing minions. Elite Extermination restores sanity every time you kill an elite boss, which is massive in terms of how long you can stay in the vision, and it's upgraded by killing elite minions. You can tell which enemy is an elite minion if they have the sanity breaker buff on them. You have experimental destabilization, which increases your damage done or damage taken depending on where your sanity is at, and this is empowered by killing bosses. And then you have the Tribute of Clear Sight, which will progressively allow you to see hidden loot chest throughout the vision, which give you a nice chunk of mementos. All of these are mandatory in leveling up and make you significantly stronger inside of the instance to be able to attack some of those higher level visions with more masks being on, which will give you more rewards. A rule of thumb to follow, it's pretty much just go in there, kill all enemies that you see, and loot all the potions that are available to you. Very important to note though, when it comes to these potions, listen carefully to this, because if you do not, it will cost you hundreds of insanity by making the same mistake over and over again.
Okay.
Inside the instance, there will be 5 different potions available to you. Clicking these potions will allow you to drink them,
Weren't there
which
some
will give
that
you a
drained
variety
your sanity?
of effects. These include spitting fire in front of you for damage, healing you every few seconds, taking less damage from all sources, whatever. More importantly, though, there are 2 potions in there. One that will give you 100 sanity when you drink it, and one that will take away 100 sanity.
I remember this. Doing this back when you had to grind out the currencies for original Horrific Visions. I think I only had like 80 sanity left or something, and I drank the one that takes away, and it ended my vision run. And I was so sad. It literally ended my vision run.
Which is devastating. Since there is only 1 bad potion out of 5, your goal when it comes to looting these potions is to figure out which color is the negative potion as quickly as possible, and to make sure you never click that potion in that specific run again. A neat little trick that will automatically tell you which potion is bad goes as follows. If you're in Orgrimmar, in the second hut to the left of where you start, you can find a dead Voidbound Ravager with a potion next to him, and that color is the bad potion not to drink.
The dead guy is a signal that it was the bad one. Yes, I remember. This is from original Horrific Visions. This is not a new thing.
Next to him, and that color is the bad potion not to drink. In Stormwind, just ahead of where you start, you can find Morgan Pestle with a potion next to him, and that color will of course be the bad potion you should not drink as well. Now here on screen is a chart online where whatever your bad potion color is, directly to the right is the good potion that gives you 100 sanity.
Ooh,
so you should be trying to drink this as much as possible in that specific run. It's on screen now, so if you want to take a screenshot, have it up on your second monitor when you're running the instance.
Yeah,
you
unless
can do
they change it. I don't know if they would.
Which is the good and bad potion for you. Now listen.
This is the link up. So the bad potion does change. That you're not going to, if you figure out it's the black one, doesn't mean it's the black one every time. But once you figure out which is the bad one by finding the dead NPC body next to it, then you'll know by looking at this which one's also the good one. I don't think they'll change it, yeah.
And at this point in the game, you know how to progress your talent tree. You know which talents to target first. You know how to equip a mask. You know how to level up your tributes to passively make you stronger. You also know the route as well as which potions to drink. At this point, you're ready to start acquiring more masks to make things increasingly harder on you. But also, this will increase your rewards. The mask progression route for you, I recommend, goes as follows. You already acquired the Long Night Mask, which means that you just completed all of the bosses in one single run. But in order to earn more masks, it depends on whether your weekly vision is in Stormwind or Orgrimmar. Either way, for both Stormwind and Orgrimmar, there are 2 different masks you can earn. For Orgrimmar, with 1 mask active, you complete the Valley of Wisdom objective to earn the Mask of the Burned Bridge, and with 1 mask active, complete the Valley of Honor to earn the Mask of the Daredevil. For Stormwind, with 1 mask active, complete the Old Town to earn the Mask of the Pain, and then you also, with 1 mask active, complete the Mage Quarter objective to earn the Mask of Dark Imagination. These are the easiest ones to do in the game, as they only require 1 mask, so you definitely want to make sure you get these done quickly. From there, the next mask you can earn is called the Mask of Multitude, and this unlocks after you have 3 masks active at once, and you complete all of the objectives in a single visit. So at this point, on the very first week of this you could obtain, most likely...
By having the single mask unlocked and using it, you'll be able to unlock 4 more masks, and then using 3 of those, what we would have at that point is 5 masks, you can unlock the 6th mask.
A maximum of 4 masks total. The reason for this is because in order to get the other mask, you need to have done objectives in both cities, which is going to take multiple weeks. For example, the Mask of the Nemesis will ask you to kill Gammon at the Broken Tusk Inn to the right of where you start in Orgrimmar, after you click on his axe in the table to summon him, where then after you kill him, you loot him for a shard. You will also need to defeat Hogger in Stormwind by interacting with his wanted poster just to the right of the entrance to the Mage Quarter area and loot his shard to combine them together to earn this mask as well. And then finally, you have the Mask of Vengeance, which is on screen here. Going through some rapid fire bonus tips here, I found it very effective to make a build that deals really strong, like 2 to 4 target cleave. Don't just think you're going to go in there with your Mythic Plus build, pull everything in the entire instance, and then just AoE everything down. There are a ton of different ways that you can get your butt whooped and get your sanity reduced by specific mobs, and the enemies in there start to ramp up pretty hard unless you're filling out your tributes and your talent tree to make yourself stronger. I personally think the best thing you could do is spec for high mobility with a very strong 1 to 3 target cleave to affect...
High mobility, strong cleave. Great, I'm going Blood DK. I don't give a shit. I'm just going in there Blood DK. We'll see how it goes.
Kill these, multiple packs of mobs as well as bosses in there. Also know that in each area of the vision, there will be a madness secondary effect tied to each zone that players will experience while they're in there. These madness affixes for the entire week will be consistent, so it's important to mouse over them and understand how you can handle these. Some of these help you, and a lot of them will do their best to crowd control you, where usually if you get crowd controlled, it's going to lead to a bad chain reaction where you lose a lot of sanity from mobs that cast abilities. So you want to do your best to understand these and make sure you're not getting crowd controlled as much as possible. Don't forget to also try and find that bonus sanity potion whenever you can. There are potions scattered across the entire map, and if you follow that tip of how you can instantly find the negative potion, where we broke down to you earlier, it is a major, major benefit to you. I also highly recommend to pick up as many potions as possible, as this helps toward leveling up your Clear Sight tribute, and that will allow you to see purple chests in all areas of the map that contain a really good amount of mementos for pretty much doing nothing. So you want to make sure you progress this as quickly as possible. You don't want to leave any bonus currency on the table, so definitely take advantage of this. There are also these little encourage looking like old god pillars that can be found randomly on the floor on each run, and these go for 25 currency a pop. It's important to note that you don't get these currency just from looting these items. You need to take them and turn them into one of the old ethereal NPCs that are inside the instance, and he'll exchange 25 mementos for each one you bring him. Once again, these aren't set spawn locations. They're just completely random, so do your best to look around and keep an eye out for those. I think when
the ethereal guys,
comes to the first couple of weeks, the most efficient thing you're going to want to do is to just rush to get one mask on.
Blood sucks ass. It is going to suck ass.
Quickly and efficiently as possible, while also leveling up your tributes. Whether you're in Stormwind or Orgrimmar on launch day, either way, full clearing gives you a boatload of tributes and is going to allow you to progress through your talent tree fairly quickly. Not only that, having 3 masks on can get pretty difficult for some players. So personally, if you're a casual, I recommend just having 1 mask on, practicing your route, and completely full clearing the entire instance while doing your best to level up your tributes to increase your power level. This includes killing every minion, all the elites, all the bosses, while also picking up all the proper potions and the encourage looking crystals. By doing that, you should easily obtain anywhere between 1,500 to a few thousand mementos each run in a very short amount of time. Blizzard did make it to where we can't fill out the entire talent tree early on anyways, and there's no point in trying to push your luck.
Yeah, it's 3 weeks. It's time gated for 3 weeks. You won't be able to fill out the thing completely. But
with 3 masks, if it's
there'll be catch-up mechanics,
the goal
I'm sure,
here is to kill as many bosses as possible while finishing the run. So I highly recommend just using 1 or max 2 masks on the first week. Now, when it comes to spending your currency, you have a few ways to go about this.
You can spam this, yes. You can spam these. The difference between the revisited version of these and the original version is the original version you had to go out and grind out a currency to build out that vial of shadow or whatever the hell it was called to go into horrific vision. No, now these, you can just queue up for them infinitely. So you can run 30 horrific visions today after reset if you want to, and try to get all your sanity built up and do all that to get your first faceless mask. Go back in, do it again, get more faceless masks, then do a 3 runs to get your 4th one. So yeah, you could do a bunch of these really quickly in rapid succession. And if you fail, you mess up, it's not a big deal. You can just go back in and do it again. Unlike the first time we got these, where if you failed, it was pretty damn painful because you had to go regrind the currency to go in again.
First up, after you complete both the quests for your head enchants,
it's not time gated. The only thing that's time gated in this is there's that time mementos talent tree or whatever, which is going to give us 40% corruption resistance by the time you fill it out completely. That thing, it's right here. You'll interact with this item right here and you'll see your talent tree. That thing is time gated for 3 weeks. You can't fill it out all the way until 3 weeks have passed, but you can fill it out as we go over these 3 weeks. And that will just eventually give you full-on corruption resistance up to 90% in total once you've cleared both Orgrimmar and Stormwind and filled out the tree.
You can talk to that same dragon NPC.
Will they be a way of getting geared? It depends on how geared you are. I think they're going to give, is it some heroic level raid gear? Maybe. For alts, for sure, it's going to be a really good way to gear out. And there's going to be a ton of mounts and transmog you'll be able to get from this thing. It is going to be a way to gear out. It just depends on what your item level is right now. If you're already pretty damn geared, no, it's not going to really help. What it is going to give you in terms of player power is these helm enchants. Everybody's going to want to get these. This is going to be a best-in-slot helm enchant for you that's going to up your DPS by about 2%. So you're going to want to get these first.
Whenever you'd like. You also have
you can upgrade the helm enchant too.
Veteran, champion, and hero track loot. The achievements for unlocking these are relatively straightforward. It's just full completing a vision entirely for veteran, full complete a vision with 1 mask for the champion, and then full complete a vision with 5 masks for the hero. Something very interesting.
So you're going to want to, that's what you're going to want to do. 5 mask full clear to give you the best version of the, what's it called? Of your helm enchant.
And also is that you can go to these vendors and potentially purchase the Warbound Purifying Kits, which will allow you to transfer up to Warbound Champion loot across your entire account, which is very effective for your alternate characters. And then lastly, of course, you have your Provisioner, which gives you all of your cosmetics, mounts, and pets. Now, each armor set, whether it be for cloth, leather, or whatever, roughly costs about 3,500 mementos for the entire set. So if you're looking to just get the cosmetics,
if you like hentai,
take you just a couple of runs for your armor type. There are also pets here that cost a few thousand, cloaks that look great that are just a couple of hundred, and then of course
these are the original Horrific Vision cloaks. If you didn't play through Horrific Visions the first time around in BFA, you'll be able to get them.
Big ticket prizes.
Get the cosmetic version of them at least.
40,000 memento mount. I'm probably going to be pushing for this bad boy after I unlock like all of the masks and my character's strong enough, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that anytime soon. Now, when it comes to individual player goals, for the sweaty players out there that are only interested in player power, I highly suggest just progressing through the quest line and finishing up that epic quest chain that gives you your epic head enchantment. After that, there's not really much you need to do for this because a lot of this doesn't really increase your player power. The rest of it's
cosmetic.
For the casual players out there looking to get a couple pieces of loot as well as some player power, do your best to get that epic head enchant while also full clearing with at least 1 mask so you have access to some champion weapons. Not only that, you won't really need to invest too much in your talent tree if you're not looking to full clear up to 8 masks. So I would simply just do a couple runs, get my cosmetics that I'm looking for, and then be about my way. When it comes to the major collectors out there, you're gonna be in this for the long haul, and you're gonna have your work cut out for you. You want to invest all of your mementos.
Yeah, so I guess I misspoke when I said heroic. It's just champion level gear. So this is an alt leveling thing, unless we're talking about the helm enchant. The helm enchant, first thing you're gonna want to get
points as fast as you can do it, and
that's gonna make you more powerful.
And then you want to do your best to stack as many masks as possible the second you're able to full clear. The more masks you have, the more currency you get, and if you find yourself struggling, drop a mask and then simply full clear efficiently while killing everything and looting everything in the instance to level up your tributes to shoot up your power level. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I spent about...
You're going to wait till they're not going to nerf it, because the talent tree and the full clears and everything else is like a soft nerf to this. So they're not going to nerf it. It's going to get nerfed over time because you're going to fill out your talent tree and everything else. Other than that, if you want to wait until the talent tree is not time gated anymore, you could wait 3 weeks to do
about 10 hours diving into this entire system and learning as much as I can.
But I would just go get the helm enchant.
I hope you all enjoyed it. And if you're looking for more War Within and Midnight content, definitely subscribe and stick around, as we're in this for the long haul. If you're looking for a guild, also listen up, because I got a very important message for you. One last note we wanted to make: if you're looking for a guild or people to progress through Mythic Plus with or raid with next season, the Comeback Kids are recruiting, and any and all players are welcome to come on down, play with us. We're looking to fill out some new members for the raid. Oh my god, we fucking did it. Oh my god, let's fucking go.
Nerdgasms.
Let's fucking go. That's how that
Holy shit.
If you're
Loud
on the board,
nerdgasms.
you can simply just go to the guild tab and search up the Comeback Kids, and we should pop up. Make sure you do have the guild size on any so you can actually see us. Either way though, if it doesn't work, you just use the Discord link in the comment section below. Hop in there and verify, get yourself in, and then we can get you invited by you posting your name and server under the guild invite tab.
There it is.
Hey guys, if you're enjoying the content and want to stay up to date on everything World of Warcraft, consider hitting that subscribe button and check out these videos here if you're really hungry for more. We also stream our live show every Wednesday night right here on YouTube and Twitch. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, cool. Nice video, informative, and yeah, best way to do this, surely. Go in there, get your helmet enchants as quickly as possible, clear all 4 zones of each version as quickly as possible to build up that corruption resistance, and then you start filling out the tree. Get the first mask, run the full clears with it, get your other masks, run with 3 masks then to clear your 4th one, and so on and so forth, and you'll finally eventually be able to get this all done. Yes, let me link this in the chat. Nice video from the Comeback Kids.